Hi everyone, it's Jenna Reed-Cote coming at you from Phoenix Attitude. And today I just wanted to discuss with you some feedback that we've been getting for the medical and motivation account that we provide you guys. And I will admit it was something that I was not expecting to hear, but I really appreciate having gotten it and hearing such honest feedback. And as always, I really do invite you to get in touch with Phoenix Attitude when you do have feedback, whether it's good, bad, or ugly. We want to do what we can to make this experience as meaningful for you as possible so that you can be at your best no matter what you're dealing with. So, one of the things that came up in terms of the medical and motivation account was the fact that if you do look at it as a whole and somebody who's new to the whole idea, you have your medication section, you have your symptom section, you have your doctor section, you have your surgeries and your procedure section, before appointment and your actual appointment section. And so what I kind of didn't think about was that if you are new to this whole process and you're new to this account, you can get a little overwhelmed. And I know that because people are telling me that they get a little overwhelmed when they look at it as a whole. And I was so glad to hear that because it was something that I had not intended. And it was something that came up at a time in my life where I wanted everything in one place that I could utilize dealing with my health, whether it was a bad time in my health or a good time, or just at a time where things were a little up in the air, just to make me feel that I was doing all that I could on my end, being the expert on my own life. So knowing that I had invaluable insight to offer, any practitioner that I did seek help from, that I knew that I was doing everything that I could to feel like I deserved to be a part of my healthcare team, and that I was putting in just as much work as my other healthcare professionals were as well. So that's why I decided to include all of that in the account. And so when you are looking at it, it's okay to be a little overwhelmed. And then once you kind of have that pass, I have like a few tips, I guess, just to make it a little more accessible, a little more, comfortable, and changing the idea that it's overwhelming and that this is scary, and that's one more thing that I have to do that I just don't have time for to deal with my health. Changing that into thinking, wow, this is a really great opportunity. I can make sure that I do know what medications I'm taking and how they affect me, or I can keep on top of symptoms. I don't know if they're going to turn into anything serious, or if they're just going to be something that I will forget about and won't have had an impact on me. And just getting into that habit of using the medical and motivation account as your sidekick. You're the hero of your story, and you know what? It doesn't hurt to have a sidekick, and it doesn't mean that you're any less strong. So what I am suggesting that you do when you're approaching your medical and motivation account for the first time is just saying to yourself, okay, I'm going to address one section a day. I'm gonna get myself into the habit. I'm gonna put my toe into the shallow end and just start. And then once I've finished a section, then I'll reward myself. I'll get to do something that I really want to do. Maybe it's catching up on your favorite TV show, binge watching something. All this stuff is coming out on Netflix. So say, okay, so today I am going to fill in as much as I can of the medication section, and then it'll be done. And then maybe tomorrow, a little bit of the symptom section that's coming up recently. And then maybe the next day, okay, I'll just, fill in the doctor's database. And so this is just really great. It's happening at your own pace, which is really what's important anyways. This has to be, meaningful to you, and not just you're doing this because I'm telling you to, or that you think that you have to. And when you are doing it at a time where things are calmer in your life, let's say, um, then you don't have to necessarily worry as much about what's missing and what you're forgetting when things do get a little chaotic in your health life. It'll all be there when you're ready to use it and if you need it. And you just have to take it at your own pace, and hopefully it will become something that you enjoy doing. It'll actually make you feel like you're really contributing to a healthy lifestyle for you. And that's really what Phoenix Attitude and the Medical and Motivation account is trying to convey to you. It's a lifestyle. It's not an answer to, the perfect healthcare experience, but it's allowing you to figure out what works for you and what doesn't. So hopefully, when you're looking at the Medical and Motivation account, you know that you don't have to be too overwhelmed. Just take it a step at a time and make it, a pleasant experience. So the fact that you got to deal with the medication section today, you get, a nice glass of wine or a treat, or you get to watch something that you love to watch, and know that that little step is really important, and you're doing something really amazing for yourself by taking that little step. And then a bunch of little steps later, you'll have this really great resource and sidekick to depend on. So thank you for listening. Hopefully that helps, and I look forward to hearing from you as always.